Once upon a time, in a chaotic city called Milan, there was a young man. His name was Giovanni Wang. He was a design student in Politecnico di Milano, a big and creative university. He was the son of Paola and Jean Rui. The Wang family grew up in Dergano, a suburban and grey area in the northern part of the city. They had an apartment in Via Legnone, small and cheap. Their house was very near to Via Imbonati, a huge street full of ethnical shops. Paola, Giovanni's mother, was Italian. She had a ceramic store in Via Guerzoni. She was the daughter of a traditional ceramist of Dergano. Paola's dad, unfortunately, passed out a few years before, and she took over his business. She was very happy to continue her father's work because she was very proud of her origins. Jean Rui, Giovanni's father, was Chinese, and he had a grocery store in Via Imbonati. He arrived in Italy when he was 20, and he rented an apartment in Dergano area. He liked to live there because, even if it was not so good as other areas in Milan, he found out that there were a lot of other Chinese people he can hang out with. But Wang's family business was not so good. Not many people were buying ceramic products at Paola's store, and Jean Rui's store was not enough to maintain the family.
How can we go on like this? I have not so many clients anymore and no one seems interested in buying ceramics.
I know it's a bad period also for my store. I don't have too many clients and people doesn't even notice it.
Giovanni was a bit worried about this situation and wanted to find a way to help his family.
I would really like to do something to help my family, but I don't know how. I don't have extra money to spend.
Luckily, in that period, a huge and famous exhibition occurred, the Expo. It brought a lot of curious people from all over the world. They visited all parts of Milan and they were curious about the Dergano area. They were looking for something interesting and compelling, but also for something that can make them feel like home. It was such a fortune for Giovanni and his family to restore their businesses.
I can't miss the opportunity and I already have an idea.
Giovanni took this opportunity to involve friends from university. Since they were all creative and young people and didn't have the opportunity to show their products because renting a space was too expensive, he proposed them to show their product at his mom's ceramic shop for a temporary exhibition. Paola was so happy to help them.
Oh Giovanni, that's such a nice idea. We can give a new, interesting and modern aspect to my shop and moreover, it's a pleasure to help you and your friends.
Curious people were attracted to her shop and also that area. They started to buy her ceramic products, also the students. Jean Rui felt that the expo was a good opportunity for his business too.
What opportunity! Many people are coming for the expo and most of them will be far from their own country and habits. They will probably want to buy some food which is nice and cheap. It is such a fortune for my store.
He decided to talk with other ethnic and shop owners, but also to Italian shop owners. Together, they decided to renovate and clean their shops, creating special offer or lunch boxes for the visitors. This way, also many usual workers from Maciachini Business Park were attracted by this novelty.
Oh, finally they decided to change something. The old aspect was not attractive at all.
News spread fast. The inhabitants of the Dergano area noticed that just improving a little bit their shop and collaborating among them was better than working alone. They started to work together, joining energies and resources, making their shops and their neighborhood more appealing and valuable to the inhabitants of that area and to the international tourists. 10 years passed after the 2015 Expo. Dergano's neighborhood improved a lot. Many apartments and buildings were renovated. They had a good-looking aspect and their price was still cheap, so many students from the Politecnico decided to move there. This way, Dergano became a fresh and young populated area. The neighborhood understood that they had to promote their old values and tradition, mixing them to the new ones and to the multicultural emerging reality. There were a lot of empty and renewed space, so they decided to open some temporary stores in different parts of Dergano area. They were colored, good-looking and attractive. These shops were useful and modern places where people of Dergano could show and sell their products. Craft products made by the new generation of artisans, ethnical products, and also products designed by the students. This allowed to give more visibility to small and new businesses, so to create an integrated community of people. Oh, by the way, maybe you are wondering what happened to our friend Giovanni and his family. Giovanni decided to continue living in Dergano with his wife and his children. A lot of families in the neighborhood moved to Dergano because the rent was still cheap and there were more green areas. Giovanni and his father decided to transform the grocery shop in a Chinese cafe mixed with a library, where people can stop and relax with friends in a cozy way. Sometimes Giovanni set up an exhibition of university mates. Dergano was finally transformed into an happy, colored new area. Giovanni was proud of all the changes that he and the Dergano community have done during all those years. The Wang family lived happily ever after.